Salutations, viewers. It is I, the Kitty Empress, and welcome back to another video. And today, I am going to be hand sculpting and painting a chimera. Chimera. These Greek words are so difficult. So, the entire reason that I'm actually making this chimera, is because I was given a social studies assignment project that is based around Greece. And it really has to do with anything in Greece. It could be the Spartans, the Athens, the Iliad, the Odyssey, and I decided to choose one of the monsters from the Iliad. And on the project it said you could make a poster, you could make a thing on the computer, you could really do anything. And I noticed the words clay sculpture. And being my creative and ridiculous self decided, you know what, I'm not just gonna make some plain old poster. I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna make an entire sculpture. And let me tell you, I spent so many hours on this. I'm not used to sculpting things during the week because once I get home, I have about 4 hours to do my stuff, to do my homework, to eat, to do everything, and then I go to bed because I go to bed really early because I like my sleep. And I had to have this finished by Friday. So, some of you may not know the process of how to make clay sculptures and how long it takes. When making a sculpture, after you sculpt the thing, you have to let it dry out a little bit, but not too much, because if it does, then it'll easily be able to break apart. And once you get it to the place to be fired, it takes a few days because it might have to cool off, and there might be other things being loaded in, so you might have to wait. So when I had to have mine completely fired and sent back to me by Thursday, my dad had to call in at the place, and they had to load it immediately once it got there. It's kind of crazy how I was able to get it done by Friday. And even once I get it by Thursday, I have to paint it. And painting can actually take quite a bit of a long time because I'm kind of a perfectionist and I want it to look good. I don't want it to look sloppy. So yeah, the video might be short because I'm gonna have it sped up, but in real time, this took me about 6 hours, which is kind of ridiculous. But don't worry, it ends all good and turns out pretty well. So let's just get on with the video. Huzzah! One more thing I forgot to add. The starting piece of my footage got corrupted, sadly. So when I start out sculpting, you'll see that parts of it have already been made. So I just want to apologize for that. I was having some issues with it. So the Chimera has been fired, and it's turned out pretty well. I did have one casualty. Sadly, the snake's head did fall off, but I will easily be able to glue it on. Before I glue it on, though, I am going to paint it. And here is the final product of my Chimera. I did glue my snake's head off camera because it would be kind of difficult for me to record that since I had to sit there for about 30 minutes just holding it in place for the glue to harden, because if I just left it by itself without holding it, it would easily fall off. Oh my gosh, bless you! Sorry about that, everyone. My dog keeps sneezing. He's got allergies. Oh, you're so cute. Okay, back to the Chimera. Sorry. So I wanted the Chimera to be gray, but it turned out more of bluish gray, but I still do like it. I think it does fit it pretty well. Of all the clay sculptures I have done, I wouldn't say this is my best work, just because I was rushed since I had to get this done by Friday. So, if I were to do this any differently, I would have put more detail into feet, give it toes and claws, and maybe make the eyes pop out and not just hand paint them on. I don't know if I would have painted it bluish gray then. I may have had more time to put thought into what the paint would be, but I do really like how this turned out. The dogs are barking. No, Skippy! Ah! The plus about the Chimera is, nope, Skippy, get, you gotta stay out of the camera, Skippy. I want to apologize about my dog. He just really wants some attention right now, and I just now gave him a treat, but he still wants attention, little punk. But anywho, enough about my dog. Let's continue on with the Chimera. So, a plus about it is if I ever wanted to buy a Chimera, I have no need to, because I do often really like using mythological creatures, dragons, unicorns, that sort of thing, but I never have to buy a really cool detailed one from like Schleek or something, because I have one right here. Although I never thought about having a Chimera. How is it pronounced? You know what? I don't really remember. But overall, I did think it turned out pretty well. I think overall I spent about 6 hours making a Chimera, which is kinda ridiculous, despite the fact that I was like trying to go as quickly as possible. The good part is that it did turn out pretty well, and I'm pretty sure I got a A+ on the assignment, which is always important. I did have lots of fun making it, and for my next clay sculpture, I am going to be making a Pokemon. All I'll say is it's going to be a plant type. I might do a dark type along with it if I have the time. I hope I do, because I don't want to just make one. I want to make them all because I love them all. Well, most of them. There's some that freak me out. I hope you all enjoyed. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!